Hey there, CJ Math students. So I'm going to go ahead and walk us through our last set of notes before our test, which is again a review of the kind of percent equation using proportions. So these are notes 3.15. So remember our equation, you can recognize it by keywords like is over of equals percent over 100, or just by kind of the idea of a part over a whole equals percent over 100. So 45% of 3 is what? So 45 is obviously our percent, so I can fill that in right there. Of 3 is the whole, right? The keyword of telling us it's the whole, and so we need to figure out what the part is. So x over 3 equals 45 over 100, right? The part over the whole equals the percent over 100. I'll let you cross multiply and solve. Number 3, what is 24% of 54? So we have the 24%, we have the of 54, and then we don't have our part, so x. So x over 54 equals 24 over 100. Sorry, this is a 54 in case you can tell. So what I want you to do right now is pause the video. I want you to go ahead and solve for both of these, and then I want you to do numbers 2 and 4 because they're exactly the same but with just different numbers. So I want you to get in the flow of, hey, these are percent equations where I have to solve for a part, all 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All 4 of them, your x value or the value you need to solve for will be the part. So pause the video and do that. Great, so hopefully you've done 1 through 4 now and you feel confident about solving for a part. Now we're going to go ahead and go and try and solve for a whole this time. So number 5, 88% is obviously our percent. Of what is 93? So that is 93 is the part. And of what whole, which we don't know, is our x. So we have 93 over x equals 88 over 100. So again, we cross multiply, get 88x equals 9300, and then you would obviously divide by 88 on both sides to get your answer. And you can use Google Calculator to say what that is, okay? Number 7, another way to write this is 49% of what? So 49 is obviously our percent of what, we don't know what it is 50. So that's our part again, 50. So that's our x. So we have 50 over x equals 49 over 100. Notice the difference between these again, guys. So here we had x over 54, right? Because we didn't know our part, and the part always stays on top out of the whole, right? Here, we do know our part, we just don't know our whole. This is like saying, hey, I got a 49% on my test and I got 50 questions right. Like how many questions were on that test? Like that's what we can be solving for right now. So again, cross multiply, you'll end up dividing by 49. So again, pause the video and try and do numbers 6 and 8 on your own because this is trying to solve for our part. So 6 is just like 5, 8 is just like 7, and they're just different numbers. All right, backside. So obviously we've solved for a part, we solved for a whole. Now all we have to do is try and solve for a percent. So 95 is, that's our part. What percent we don't know of 132? 132. So we don't know the percent. So it's 95 over 132. The part over the whole is equal to the percent, which we don't know, over 100. So cross multiply and then divide. Another way to write these types of problems are what percent of 135 is 31, right? Of is our whole, 135 is 31 is our part, and we don't know our percent. What percent? We don't know it. So 31 over 135 is equal to x over 100. So we cross multiply and divide, right? So again, pause the video and try and do number 10 and 12, which is exactly like number 9 and 11. Once you've done that, 13 through 16 is kind of a mixed bag. I mixed it up. I want you to try them on your own. You can do that in partners. And when you're finished with that, you have time for ST Math or to go ahead and start your homework.